I don't know what to do with the Warriors yet. I'm still cautious. I understand why everyone's so high on them. I understand that they've gotten off to a great start. I understand they beat Denver on opening night. Like, all that stuff matters. Like, it does matter. That's why they're here. Like, if they had lost to Denver in regulation, if Nikola Jokic's floater goes home, I would have them probably a tier lower. But they did get the win versus Denver, and that's a signature win that's important for tiebreaker. They're winning with like absurd defense right now. And I am just a little cautious about how much they're going to be able to do that over the course of a long season. Can you do this with these old guys and play this hard and this tough and this physical over the course of an entire season? I'm a little concerned there. I'm just a little bit skeptical. But look, the formula here is like very, I mentioned this on Locked On NBA Daily. It's very Boston Celtics 2012-esque, where it's like, let's slow the game down to an absolute crawl. You can't guard Steph. If you do guard Steph, Jimmy's going to have a lot of room to operate and make smart plays. Draymond gets to make smart plays. We'll make it easy for guys like Quentin Post and Moses Moody and Brandon Pajemski. We'll make it easy for those guys, and they'll be able to capitalize enough while we play elite defense. But I am just like, as of right now, I am still a little bit just kind of like, I want to see a little bit more before I put them in that higher tier as a real contender. But they could absolutely make the finals if OKC got hurt and things went right for them.
So I share your trepidation on the Warriors. I share the age-related concerns, the defense concerns, all these things. I also picked against them in every single series on the way to winning the championship in 2022. So I recognize that even as somebody who covered this team, I still just post Kevin Durant haven't really believed in the size doesn't matter system. And I know that they have Al Horford, and that's great, but his minutes are limited. And I understand that Quentin Post is technically tall, but he plays like a 7-foot shooting guard. That he has absolutely zero center skills whatsoever. So I don't really buy into them because of their lack of size. But again, I didn't buy into them in 2022, and they ended up winning the championship, and I was very wrong about that. So I fully recognize my blind spot with them here. The thing I like about this Warriors team is, I can't believe I'm saying this, Matt, I really like Jimmy Butler on this team.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Doesn't feel good. But here we are. He gives them something that they haven't had since Kevin Durant. Just when the rhythm of the offense falls apart for some reason, they can just get the ball to Jimmy Butler, and he has this ability to just organize things and take so much of the Steve Kerr era Warriors has been controlled chaos. Jimmy Butler could just take the chaos out of that formula and just control things. And they were able to do that and that was what was so important about Durant during those years was, you know what, when everything breaks down, just throw the ball to Durant. He's going to go get you a bucket. And you're seeing something similar with Jimmy Butler, a very different player than Kevin Durant, right? But similar in the way that throw him the ball, let him ISO. You don't need a system anymore. You don't need Steph Curry running around off these ball screens and Draymond Green making his full floor reads and all these. You don't need any of that. You don't need this beautiful game stuff. Just give him the ball. He'll go get to the free throw line. And he'll slow the game down, and he can get you a bucket when you need it. He's got that ability about him. In addition to all the efficiency stuff, right? He doesn't turn the ball over. He gets to the free throw line a lot. He's a good rebounder at his position. All these things that they were lacking that he makes up for. All that stuff is obviously there. But I can't help but think, like, they make that big run at the end of the third quarter against the Clippers the other night, and it's with Jimmy Butler in the game. And he just kind of takes over for 5 or 6 minutes, and the game's over at that point. And he had this ability in Miami, and he showed this ability in Miami. Butler's problem in Miami was that he was really the only guy who was capable of doing that, where in Golden State, Steph Curry is still the head of the snake. He's out there scoring 28 points per game or whatever it's going to be, and now Jimmy Butler can kind of just pick his spots. And I think that's a really good spot for Jimmy Butler, and it's a really good spot for the Warriors. And it's the thing that makes me kind of keep coming back to them is they can kind of just do it all on offense right now. I still have concerns about their age, and I still have concerns about their defense.
Yeah, I don't know. They're 11th and schedule adjusted. Like, look at the schedule here. So they play Portland, great defense, but they lose that game.
Yep.
They play the Lakers on opening night. They play the Nuggets in the second game at home in their home opener. And then they face this Clippers team who, I just don't know what to. I don't know what
That Clippers team, the Warriors are on the second night of a back-to-back. The Clippers looked like they were the team on the second night
It's
of
just
back-to-back.
pathetic. Like, that was a pathetic performance by the Los
was.
Angeles Clippers. And I don't want to deny the Warriors credit for that win because
Right.
it's like, look, you beat the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Nuggets for your 3 wins. That's really good. Right. But I am just going to like, well, let's kind of wait and see here. When you look under kind of the hood with a lot of their metrics, they're shooting really well right now. They're not great at free throw rate. They're not great at offensive rebounds. They're not great at turnovers. To me, their defense is really kind of the story. That's what I think has been the driving force behind their wins. And I think they could be that, but I am just kind of like, do you feel like this team has a lot of firepower? Because like Jimmy's great, but Jimmy's great in the, what a smart play. Right. He doesn't do the Jimmy Butler with 45 points anymore.
Right.
Steph's awesome, like Steph's stuff, right? But Draymond's ability to kind of maximize off of that, I think, is kind of mitigated. Who are you worried about after the big 3? Like, I guess Horford in the corner if he's open, but like, who are you like worried about? Are you? I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't believe in Quentin Post. I just don't. I'm like, okay, this is just a lot. Like, he's starting. Like, this is a lot of Quentin Post here. And maybe I just need to accept that he's good, but I don't know.
Well, Jimmy's not going to shoot 57% from 3-point range, and Draymond's not going to be shooting 45% from 3-point range all season. I'll go out on a limb and just predict that right now. Moody's shooting, like their shooting is blistering right now. And that's not going to, and so look, we saw kind of this at the start of last season where they were shooting really well. They got out to, what was that, like a 15-3 start or something crazy, 13-5, whatever it was. And then they just literally flipped it, and they went on this this terrible month where they ended up back at 500, and we could see that happen again with this Warriors team. They have a tendency to kind of come out of the gate strong, and then teams kind of figure them out, and their shooting kind of goes the other way, and then they kind of go into a slump. So we'll see what happens. I share all your same concerns. The other thing too is, do I buy this team winning 4 rounds in the playoffs given their age? Like at the end, they could do whatever they want in the regular season. I'm still going to wonder that when the playoffs start, right?
Yeah, and that's why I have them in this tier specifically, where it's like I could definitely see them, and I think that if they make the finals, everyone's going to be like, oh, Cleveland's got no chance. Like, it's Steph and Jimmy and Draymond. Come on. And I think the Cavaliers would smack them in 5 games. I think they would destroy them. I don't think that they're out of that tier. I just don't think they have enough firepower to hang with the Cavs if the Cavs can actually do the thing and get to the finals. Now, they face, like, if Golden State comes out as like a 2 seed, and I'm trying to think, the Knicks, the Bucks, the Magic, some other team that's not the Cavs makes it into the finals, then the Warriors can win the title. And that's why they got to be, I think, in this tier.